And we're live. What is up, AKA Patters? So we're like, here's the crazy thing. It has been a while, and I'm talking. I mean, I would really have to go back through my archives, but it's been a while since I just hung out and did penciling, which is kind of funny, right? Because we associate drawing, right? Drawing with penciling. And a lot of times for Monday night draw and claw, I do everything but pencil. And I think some of my penciling, I guess like weak spot, like weak spots and technique to get things onto the comic page a little bit more like accurately, cleaner, quicker, all of it needs to be rounded out. So this might be a little bit more of a upcoming theme and what to expect because you guys know how I like to get good with things and keep practicing until my eyeballs bleed and my brain explodes. But that's mostly what we're doing tonight. And this is a we already have a chatter. Hello. Ayo in the house. What is happening? We're going to keep this one up for the good vibes. But yeah, we're light boxing, we're drawing. This is these are some character art from almost like a year ago. And I was, you know, trying to help someone with a book and things just like kind of went south in a very intrusive way, I'll say. Someone kind of doesn't understand boundaries. So with all of that, I basically just said, look, I can't, I can't help you, but I it's still leftover artwork, so I'm just completing it on that. The rate that I extend myself sometimes, like I really try and get behind people, and throughout the years, like like I would say like I've become way more efficient in identifying LARPers, but at the same time, also identifying people that I feel like have something to say, like story wise or character wise. And yeah, I still try and like help people though. I like stories. I like uh, like original, passionate characters and uh, like ideas that come from people's like youth and their environment and like all of that stuff. I just think that's some of the good stuff. But either way, we are gonna. I kind of have a thing where I complete all of my work. So we have this one and we have another one. There's like a fairy character, and I please forgive me. I forget these character names. I just do. So we're going to pencil this. I think they're both girls too. So we're going to work on two chicks. Cheers. We got some. This is what's a 12-ounce mug here. Stein. What's this called? I forget. But that's the lace of my coffee. I'm in a coffee shortage here. And I don't know how that happened because we got multiple people on coffee duty in this abode. So, yeah. So, hopefully, just like in the next couple weeks, we'll be hanging out, doing a lot of cool penciling. And sometimes it's just to like get the shapes going so that you can, when you go through the inking, you can kind of like nail it. And a lot of the accuracy of this character, no cap, it is from straight up from memory. So a lot of times, I'll cut these streams short too, because my intention is always to stream to like the break of dawn. Realistic, like nowadays, not realistic, just because I have a very close like family member that is in the hospital, like kind of going on like 3 weeks now. It's been occupying all of my time with my fiance, and I can kind of go at any second. And usually, I keep that clause for like work stuff, right? Like I can just get a work call at almost like any time. But yeah, like now it's this, including work stuff too, by the way. Um, but yeah, a lot of the people I work with, they are always like just good and understanding, and everyone just tries to work together to kind of maintain continuity on separate projects and expectations and things like that. So, but I guess the point I was trying to get at is I can cut streams short if I like hit a point in a piece where I feel, like it's better to work on it off camera. Because I get excited. I get so excited to get things done. It's like the one drug. It's like the one drug you need. Yeah, and like the character kind of had almost like a bullwhip, like a jockey whip, and I always hated that. So I mean, I guess I can change that, right? Then we gotta hit the hair. Yeah, and then like her hand here, I really don't know what I'm doing. I would like to have it taped up though. Kind of give the impression that with the like bicycle slash like rollerblade helmet. I feel like too, like every couple of years, I kind of return to this pose to try and I don't know, like get it better, nail it more. I think that's like a natural thing to do though. To kind of like you kind of like keep returning to a subject. And then it's like her hair. Right? Like, how does the hair come out of the helmet? Like, if at all, right? But this is where you gotta like talk through the character, because you gotta make it real. Her hair to me just looks like just the way I have it just makes me think of early Scott Clark. It's almost like she just looks like a James Caan like rollerblader. All right, so here, let's have a look. Let's crank up some of the lights. All right. This is looking way. I mean, how long did that take? Now, another 24 minutes of noodling, but I think we got it. Yeah, I think we're in like pretty cool shape. We'll give her like some cool stickers for like the shoulder blades or the shoulder pads. So if I can find the next, we can move on. If I can't, I may just take a break and get to inking this boy, this girl, this one. All right, let's see. Let's see what we can do. see. All right. Well, you know what? I do have a to do. So my to do is I'm really just limited to this here. These are Norin Red. He comes into a chat a lot. Comes into a chat a lot. A while ago, he suggested DC Disney mashups, and I thought that was the coolest idea. Here's a Mighty Mary. I don't know what's happening with that book, and then we have like maybe if I wanted to finish Stargate at X-Men Apocalypse and Hellboy Dark Side of the Moon. See, I didn't write down the character names, but here's that fairy one. So, all right, we're in pretty good shape. And where is my paper clip for that? Always keep spare paper clips at arm's reach. But I would like to I would like to make progress on these. I think these are like really the coolest effing idea. So, and then we need, well, let's tape it. Well, okay. I think my tape, believe it or not, is in the other room. But before we get there, let's take out a nice clean sheet of the good stuff right here. All right, I'll be right back. I know I make that. Excuse me, AK Patters. Here we go. That's what we need. Yeah, I think she's got these like black. I mean, like we're still going to try and stay true to like who these characters were or are. I'll say, right, because like they still exist. Like the other party might, they might still do something with them. So, and then like one day, through scouring the internet, they will come across the. Oh, jeez, sorry guys, got a little frog in my throat. All right, let's get to it. All righty. Yeah, maybe when these make their way to the website akapad.com, the greatest portfolio website on earth. No cap on that. I mean that one. It's hard. You will be pressed to find a more robust, complete portfolio website. Anyway, I guess in the spirit of the website, I should include the original character name. So I guess I'll scour my DMs to find the names of these three characters. I think one of them is called like the Scottish Knight. I'm pretty sure that one is accurate. Yeah, see, and I'm pretty sure with this one. Yeah, I had trouble with the pose. I think I'm going to run into it again. Yeah, see, even here, like her shoulders are way too big. See where we can block this off just in shadow alone. Just getting a little bit frustrated with this one, guys. it's like I gotta bring her traps down a little bit, but then I feel like it's going to mess with her shoulders. Like just like the pose of it all. I do remember, like sometimes when you see characters, you can just say like, oh, okay, like there's something, and it's different for every illustrator. But sometimes you just see things and it's for you. Like it's a good character for you, and you don't get that with every character. Again, it's just one of the weird, cool, like subconscious things that happen when you work. That happens when you work with illustrators. And this character, like I knew, I'm like I don't have anything for this character. You just know that sometimes. Then yeah, it's like like what do we do with the wings here? It's like, do we draw them in focus? Do we kind of do a little bit of a like action blur? But again, like that's why you always illustrate, because you gotta know what your options are. If you don't know what your options are, as of like getting a effect right or communicating something, then it's hard to say, well, maybe you should be an illustrator. You gotta know. You gotta know what your options are. It's no different than if you're like a mechanic or like a doctor. You have to know enough about your field to uh, give advice and give options. Let's just do like like the power kind of, right. Let's see. Well, like this might be enough for me to jump on some inks. And like I think we're there with her. Yeah, I mean, I like her darks here. I think her shadows work super well. And we'll call it. We'll make it easy. We'll just give her like a jumpsuit. Who cares, right? So that's another one done. Down. Very cool. So, I mean, if I'm turning the corner and like kind of coming back to those DC Disney ones, I mean, like that's. I mean, I think that's like worthy of a stream right there. And I might draw those on like really cheap paper as well, like like this paper, like printer paper. Well, very cool. I mean, I am just a little bit pumped. See, it's like I think it's like excuse me. Whew. I think it's like this shadow here that kind of doesn't work, right? It's hard to tell sometimes. Yeah, I'm looking into my other screen, which is good. Nice little help there. All right, so we have these. We have Nightwing Aladdin, which is phenomenal. And then we have Dr. Fate Jafar, also phenomenal. And I think just because I'm going to want to use some of the alcohol markers, like I kind of want this to be bleedable. So we might just use typing paper or copy paper. Which I cannot locate now. Conveniently, right? Let me see. What's here? Here we go. Here we go. Copy paper. Wow, this will be great, AKA powders. If I can line up like 4 pieces to jump on, like holy moly, dude! And that like really that cleans out enough of my stack for me to focus on comic book pages, comic book layouts, and yeah, like just storytelling at that point. And sketchbook, like some of my sketchbook work from last year is just it's very light. It's not even that heavy. And it's so funny too, right? Like we're kind of like switching gears to drawing, right? Like kind of comic book style, Marvel style, if you want to call it realistic versus cartoony. And I kind of want to say, like, should we? Yeah, let's do this one sideways. It just fits perfectly sideways, except for that sword. I mean, I like the again, like some of it is placement. I mean, I'll excuse me. Wow, I will have to play with that sword. Yeah, I'm only coughing. It's like a little baby tickle. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Yeah, and now it's kind of like what should the technique be? Should I lighten it with, like as light as pencil as possible. And then we go through with the markers, right? And then we hit it with the inks. There is a side of me that just really wants to ink the hell out of this guy. It's such a cool idea, it really is. So I guess like what I have to do, I have to try and find Norman Red. I think he, like I think he's on, outside of like YouTube, of course. I think he's on Instagram. So kind of makes me want to get a idea for Jasmine. Like a mashup, a Disney mashup for Jasmine. That obviously wouldn't be Wonder Woman. I love this pose so much. Like he doesn't have the spiky shoes, right? But I feel like I guess he's not. Is he fully like street rat? like that's the thing too, right? Like, is he a little? Does he have a little bit of the Bruce Wayne money in him, or is he just all street rat? Right? Like you always have to be editor when you mash up two characters. You gotta make a lot of editorial choices. Like even the era, like what era? I mean, like we're clearly using the Scott McDaniel Nightwing here. Swords in view. Cool. So I think we're done with this one. Well, cool. I mean, I kind of don't want to do Doctor Fate Jafar now because it's like I'm out of stuff. Because you guys know that everything tonight's not going to take me long to complete. Yeah, and here we may have. I mean, I don't. This isn't as clear of a drawing or even a pose to me. Not clear. Not clear at all. So this is where I mean, I can let me just pick it up to where. I think for this one too, I needed more of a combined reference. Like he's like charging, right? But that's so not Doctor. It's like him. This pose of his is not Doctor Fate, and it's not even Jafar. I mean, I don't have a good enough design here at all for this guy. Just don't. There's just a lot of things here. It's like I have to. I just don't like. I really hate his pose. Sorry, I gotta check the phone. All right, nothing crazy. I thought it was a work email for a second. Yeah, it's almost like we don't have a proper mashup here. Yeah, and then it's like, what do we do? Do we do 4 fingers or 5 fingers? I mean, if it's Disney, it's got to be 5. I mean, it's got to be 4. But just this pose, what this pose does, it just takes away from seeing more of the design. So that's like my problem with it. Mm. All right. I mean, I guess it takes an hour of straight penciling to come up with something that you completely hate, right? Or something that you know doesn't work. And that's where we are. See, I just don't think he should be running, right? See, I mean, I think he would be better in like a power pose, maybe. Like even his arm, like a little bit more like stretched out. And we just don't have enough of a menacing like pose either, right? So I mean, it's a combination of things. But Jafar like has like he doesn't have. Does he have legs, or I think he just has like a rope. And if we're doing that, I mean, we can kind of do something cool there. Yeah, we'll have to continue to work this one. We don't have a good design for Jafar yet. We just don't. All right, AKA Patters. I mean, not much of a turnout tonight, but that happens. Well, we'll end it with some hearts.